We're going to get this thing going. So, my name's Troy Brown. If you're here for the first time, I want to welcome you. Thanks. Your friend asked you to come take a look at something. We're excited that you're going to take a look at it tonight. And let me just tell you, tonight's a kind of a special night because we got the one and only Eric G on. If you don't, Eric Zabowski, I've known him for, I don't know, 12, 13 years or something like that. I knew him when I first knew him. He's just a young pup. He's pretty old now. He's getting on up there in age. He's getting long in the tooth, but he still know what's going on in this business. And we've got some new and exciting stuff that Eric's going to present in a new way for a lot of people here to see it. And I'll tell you, I've seen a lot of people do these presentations. Eric's as good as anybody I've ever seen. So I'm going to turn it over to him. He's out in Phoenix, I believe. I think he's in Scottsdale, Arizona right now. Eric G, are you on the call?
Yes, sir, Troy. Can you hear me?
Gotcha, buddy. Go
All
take it
right.
away.
Thank you so much for having me on. Welcome everybody for being here. I saw a lot of names that are familiar, and I saw a lot of new people coming on. And if you're a brand new person just checking this out, tonight is for you. And I want to thank you for being on here. But I got the privilege of sharing with you something that you probably haven't heard about yet, but something that I believe is going to be the next unicorn, the next company to go from an unknown to a household name. And the name of our company is called ClubSEAcret. We do two things. I'm going to share with you first how to travel the world at wholesale instead of paying retail. And that's pretty cool because I've paid for travel a lot. I think we all have. And I never knew there was an option to pay wholesale when I traveled until I saw this. And, if you can buy anything, whether it's this computer, whether it's this desk, whether it's this, cup of coffee, if you have the option to pay wholesale instead of paying retail, you're going to choose wholesale every time. So I have the ability today to show you how to buy something you're already buying at a price you never knew existed. Second thing I'm going to share with you is how to add a stream of income on top of what you already got going. And I'm sure you've heard before, the average millionaire today has 7 streams of income. So we're going to teach you just how to add on top of what you already got going. But let me tell you our story real quick as we go through this. It's ClubSEAcret LAUNCH March of 2021. That's our launch party out in Vegas. And if you remember what was happening in the world then, we were just coming out of COVID, and people had this revenge travel on their mind. And in the last 2 years, and I'm going to tell you a couple different reasons why I believe it's so important you're seeing this today, the timing of what you're seeing. But in the last 2 years, travel went from everybody just like caged animals going crazy to get out. And then now it's kind of stabilized a little bit. So, and for us just getting started back in 2021, we've been able to iron out some kinks in the last 2 years to where we got this thing pretty much streamlined now for anybody that comes on board today. So our membership is called ClubSEAcret. So what we want you to do today is become part of our club. It's very simple. It's a travel club. There's tons of different benefits. I'm just going to highlight a couple. I'm going to be very brief with you today. There's a lot more to this, but I'm going to highlight a couple of the benefits. The first one that I think is the most powerful thing that we do is called Power Search. So we know most people today are booking their travel online. The problem is, if you're like I am, you search, like you pull up Expedia, right? But you're not sure if that's the best price. And then you pull up, Hotwire, and you pull up Priceline, you pull up Travelocity, and then you go to the hotel's actual website. And by the time you get back to the ones that was the lowest price, and you go check that one, it's already gone. Right? And this is what's happened with online travel booking. So what we did is we developed a technology called Power Search, where we take all of the websites out there basically and put them into one search for you, so it's done. But then in addition to that, since we're a private membership club, we're able to offer you the unpublished prices that nobody else can get, nobody else can even see. And it's on your own booking engine. So you name it, it's up right away today. You can start booking any flight, any hotel, any cruise, any car rental, but you get net pricing. So let me just show you a few quick examples. This is San Antonio. This is at the Hilton in San Antonio by the airport. It's quick stay, 247 on Hilton's own site. 113 on Power Search. That's 134 savings. Here's Atlanta, Georgia. A bunch of us were in Atlanta this last week, and this Hotel Claremont on their site, 417 on Power Search, 145. So you see the difference there. Here's one I did. So I'm out in Scottsdale, a W in Old Town, great pool parties if you've never been. That's where I like to stay for the weekend. It was $13.31. Now, I guess I want you to understand something. I travel a lot. I'm what's called an ambassador elite for Marriott, who owns the W Hotel. I can't even use it, even though I'm their highest invited status. I can't even use my own Marriott site for me, because our own Power Search still beats what I have to offer as a loyal customer of Marriott. It is unbelievable what we have to offer. Here's one in Bali. So understand, this is not just in America, it's all over the world. Expedia's actually internationally, sometimes it's even bigger savings. Look at that one, over $1,000 on one trip. You're saving just from booking online like you would book anyway because Power Search is finding you the net pricing. The second thing we do, we call escapes your way. So what this is even deeper discounts, members only trips that are on demand. So because we have tens of thousands of members throughout the world, we're able to buy in bulk and pre-negotiate with these resorts prices that you can't get anywhere else. So just think of it like buying a bottle of water. Okay, if you go to the gas station, you buy one bottle of water, it might be $2. But if you go to Costco and use your membership and you buy a case of 35 bottles of water, the whole case is like $6. So the price per bottle goes from $2 when you buy one to maybe like 15 cents per bottle when you use a membership and buy in bulk. Instead of doing with bottles of water and big tubs of peanut butter and toilet paper, whatever the heck you're getting at Costco, we do it with the product that's sexy, that people actually want, called leisure travel and vacations. Here's a few quick examples that are literally live that you can go on right away. Mexico, you just want to do a quick 5-night trip to Mexico with us, $199. How about Dubai? That's a dream trip for so many people. 7 nights in Dubai, one of the most posh places to stay in the world. 7 nights for $556. Phuket, Thailand, Greece. The first time I went to Greece, here's a pro tip. I went to Athens and I never left Athens. And it was cool, don't get me wrong. But the second time I went, I got on a boat. When you need to start, you want to see Greece, get on the water. That is Greece. Italy, look at Italy, 9 nights, including airfare for $13.59. Just unbelievable, the prices that we have. So what's it cost to become a member? It's $50 one time today, and then $50 a month to maintain your membership. That's it. I've seen some timeshare presentations that were like $25,000 to start, and I don't even want to tell you what it was to maintain that membership. And if you tried to get out of the timeshare, they took your firstborn child. We're not like that at all. We got a rule around here. If you don't want to be a member, we don't want you to be a member. There's no contracts. You're not locked into anything. If you don't feel like you're getting the value out of your membership, feel free to quit anytime. So when you become a member of ClubSEAcret, what you get access to is members only pricing to everything our parent company Secret offers. So our parent company is over 20 years old. They're a family-owned business from Israel. We're in all 50 states and 4 different countries. They started by doing premium Dead Sea skincare, and then we've since added clean organic nutrition. We have over 100 products that you can choose from and get discounted member-only pricing because you're a member of ClubSEAcret. But quickly, I'm going to show you a video of my favorite one. Awesome. So let me give you a couple of reasons why energy is my favorite product that we have. Number one, I don't really have to explain it to anyone. You get it, right? It's energy. The energy drink industry is a $91 billion a year industry. For me, the $50 wasn't an actual cost. It was a replacement cost. See, most people are already spending at least $50 a month on something they're putting in their body for energy. Well, now, instead of putting all that junk that's in your Red Bulls and your Monsters at 5 hours or whatever we're spending money on, because people obviously are, now when you get energy from ClubSEAcret, you're putting good stuff in your body, and you're simply replacing a cost that you've been spending anyway. It's USDA certified organic, 0 added sugar. The one thing I will tell you, the difference between energy and any other product I've had, since you're actually putting good stuff in your body, it gives you a clarity and a focus that you won't get from any other product out there. So what we want you to do today is become a member of our 50/50 loyalty program. So basically what that means is you spend $50 a month on your ClubSEAcret membership and $50 a month on any of our products. Obviously I talked about energy. We have awesome, if you're not an energy person, there's other awesome products. The idea is you just spend $50 a month on something that you're going to use from our parent company Secret. When you do that, as a thank you, the company will send you on a vacation every single year. You can use it anytime you want after your 12-month anniversary. Here's an example of one of these. We call them a getaway. This happened just 3 weeks ago in the Caribbean.
We are out here on the Ruby Princess. We are chilling at sea 2023. We've got a group of people with us on this experience. This trip has been hands down one of the greatest vacations I've ever been on. Meeting some of the people we've never met, the culture has been absolutely phenomenal. I cannot express how much you need to be on one of these.
We have had the best time on this chilling vacation.
Hey guys, my name is Olu from Toronto, Canada, originally from Nigeria, living the good life, guys. I've been on a bunch of cruises, but this is far the best cruise. Not just because of the food, the entertainment, but the people I've been with. The family ship. You haven't been on a getaway? Welcome to the good life.
Now, I saw a few familiar faces on that trip. I even saw Troy getting a little fired up on the LCR game. So that was a 7-day cruise. They left out of Galveston, Texas, ported in Costa Maya, Mahogany Bay, Cozumel. As you can see, our members weren't sleeping by the anchor. They got the same rooms everybody else did. In fact, they even got upgraded just because they were members for free and ate the same food. All your food's included. If you've never been on a cruise, it's like a floating buffet. It's unbelievable. The public price, everybody else that was on that same exact cruise at the same exact time paid $1,876. Our members that you saw on that trip, it was a $0 cruise, a $0 cruise. So just awesome. We can show you how to get your getaway as well. So that's what we do. For a bunch of you, that's it. We have tens of thousands of people all over the world that saw that and just made sense. Say, I want to travel. I want to come have some fun with you guys. And come on, we want more. The more members, the better. We want to grow this into the largest travel social network in the world and help more people live the good life. But just for a quick second, I'm going to flip gears on you. And if you want to stay with me, I'm going to teach you how to add a stream of income. And this is the part I'm really passionate about teaching because a lot of us weren't taught this growing up. See, we were taught how to become employees, go to school, get good grades, go get a good job. And then you work 40 hours a week for 40 years of your life. And then you try to live off of 40% of what you couldn't live off of in the first place. And this is supposed to be the American dream, right? And for me, thankfully, I had mentors when I was about 19, 20 years old that showed me something different. See, when you follow the system and you get a job, now I have nothing against jobs, don't get me wrong, but when you have a job, you're signing up to earn what's called linear income. So briefly, I'm going to talk to you about 3 types of income. Over 90% of people in the world exchange time for money. It's called linear. I give you my time, you give me your money, but all my income is based off of my efforts and my time. The problem with that is you always have to, you can never fill up both your banks. See, I was taught you're going to have a money bank, you're going to have a time bank. Okay? But when you have a job, you can either have a lot of money and no time or a lot of time and no money. I wanted to get both. If you want to get both, the way the wealthy people do it is they have the 2 other types of income that we're not taught in school. The first one is called residual income. Best definition of residual income is getting paid today for work you did in the past. You do the job one time, so you do have to put in time in the beginning, but then you get paid and get paid and get paid. Look at singers and songwriters. Michael Jackson wrote Thriller 40 years ago. That's when he did the work. Every time somebody downloads it today, he's getting paid. Actually, Little Blanket's getting paid up there somewhere, but that's called residual income. And people always ask me why I'm still doing this. I have such a passion for this industry. It's because I didn't come from any money myself. See, I grew up the son of an immigrant miner, and I'm a college dropout from a town where there's more cows than people. But I want to be the last Grisbowski to ever say those words. See, I want that crap to end with Eric. And if you want to be the one who changes it for your family, say, I want to turn my family from minors to millionaires. You want to be that one for you, you got to figure it out. You got to figure out how to get paid when you're not here. You got to figure out how to get paid residual income. This was simply the fastest, most fun, cheapest, and easiest way I've ever found to create residual income. Warren Buffett puts it like this. He said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until the day you die. The third type of income is called leveraged income. The way I would define this is making money off the efforts of other people instead of your own efforts every day. Instead of being a doctor, think about being the guy who owns the hospital. Instead of being the server, think about being the person who owns Applebee's. They're leveraging the efforts of other people. The first ever billionaire was a guy named J. Paul Getty. J. Paul was interviewed as a young man, and he said, they asked him how he did it. And he said, I figured out as a young man, I'd rather have 1% of the effort of 100 men than 100% of my own every single day. What I'm about to explain to you is how to build a team. Now, all we're looking for is people to become members, people you want to travel with, people you want to have some fun with. But when you go out there and you build a team, it's not you getting paid off the efforts by yourself. It's off the efforts of our team. In order to earn residual and leveraged income with ClubSEAcret, you need to become an agent. That costs $49 one time per year. Now, this is where I'm going to stop. And I need everybody just to take a second and think real quick. I need some self-reflection right now. I want everybody to think about all the dumb ways we've all spent the amount of money I'm talking about right here on a bunch of things where you never had a shot at making 1 penny. Like one trip to Target, ladies, or that purse for the girl you'll never date again and she still has the stupid purse, guys. That's a personal story, by the way. So, like, how many times have you spent $149 and you don't even remember doing it? You never had a shot at making a dime. Not on something like this that could actually make you money. So when you get started, the first thing we want to do is we want you to become a 50-50 member. That's step one today. So you get your $50 membership, choose your $50 monthly product, and you're in. From there, we want you to share this idea with your friends. Now, we don't have many rules around here. We're just a travel club. We're trying to have some fun, but there is one rule we're very adamant about. If you don't want to go on a cruise with somebody, don't invite them, because that could end up happening around here. We got to protect this club, because if you don't want to go on an all-inclusive with somebody, I probably don't want to be on an all-inclusive with them either. So cool kids only, and invite your friends. We want the fun people. But when you share this with some people, they're going to start sharing it with their friends too. Now, I need you to understand, we don't need people to finish this. Right now, we're looking for some people to help us start it. It's like kicking a snowball down a hill. Maybe you only show 2, right? Well, we have a 2-team system. You have a left team and a right team. It's called a binary. It's a fancy word that means 2. It's like an offense and a defense. And your goal is to build your teams evenly. So if you're thinking of a couple people right now, they're like, man, this guy knows everybody. Man, this guy loves to travel, whatever. Put those people on opposite sides because you're trying to build your teams evenly. Now, when you share this with a few and they share it with a few, not you personally doing all the work, the team, the leveraged income. So with you and the efforts of the team, maybe you showed 4, maybe you showed 6, and then they showed somebody. Look at it like Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg 20 years ago invited some friends to a social network. Then they invited some friends, then they invited some friends, then they invited some friends, and turned into this massive social networking company that we all log into and get spammed every day. Well, instead of getting spammed every day, if we build ClubSEAcret into the Facebook of travel, the largest travel social network in the world, you get paid. And when your team grows to 50 members on the left and 50 members on the right, remember, leveraged income, the efforts of the team, you start earning a residual income of $1,000 a month minimum. That is the minimum, not the maximum. So we're not talking about millions of dollars here. There are people doing this making millions of dollars. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what would an extra $1,000 a month in your mailbox on the 15th, in your bank account on the 15th, whether you work or not. This is not based off of any new sales. This is based off of your past efforts. It just comes every month, month after month after month. Would that pay the car bill? Would that pay the electricity? Would that pay, I know some people that would pay rent. So I don't know what that would do for you, but I know it could take a lot of stress away. Maybe you could just go on an extra vacation. And that's just the beginning. In every business, timing is the most critical factor. There's no difference here. This graph that I'm going to show you is developed by a guy named Dr. Charles King. He says every company goes through four-phase growth. The first one is formulation. See, formulation, unfortunately, is where about 90% of startup companies fail. You're just trying to figure it out. Lots of times they're underfunded. It's the first couple years. Well, the second one is concentration. Now, concentration in phase 2 is where you get your early adopters. A few people start to believe, and now the runway is kind of set where you can see something happen. The fun phase where you want to be around any company, and I've done this before, a few of us have, is called momentum. Momentum's a 3 to 4 year period where companies like us go from completely unknown, nobody's heard of it, there's just a few of us on a Zoom, from bam, everybody's heard of them, they're household names, and that's when you get into stability. Right now, we're in concentration. I believe, I'll just tell you my belief, I believe we're about 18 to 24 months from hitting momentum. If you think like I think, if you see what I see, my advice is this: do whatever you can in the next 18 to 24 months to get your net as wide as you can. Because when momentum hits, it takes the big boats and the little boats up the same. But when stability comes and we're a household name, the people that everyone's going to be telling stories about, the people making all the money, the overnight millionaires, are going to be the ones that go to work today, right? That share it with the most friends today, because when it goes to household, everybody's going to be on your team. The last thing I'm going to talk about is placement. And this is the one thing I didn't understand because I've never done anything like this before, but I'm passionate about helping other people understand how critical this is. The way it works, your friend is showing you right now. Here's the tip. We're not just showing you. There's 168 participants on here right now from all over the country. What we're doing is we're offering you the next best position on our team. So when you get it, you own it. It's like buying a piece of real estate. You can sell it, you can will it, you can transfer it, but it can also go fast. So some people like it, but they go, well, Eric, it's 149 bucks. That's 41 cents a day. That's half a Snickers bar a day. I love my Snickers. I got to think about it. That's cool, but then I got to throw you in the Snickers bar corner. And as you're in the Snickers bar corner, Andy is watching this in Chicago. And Andy's going, 149 bucks, huh? In the inflation nation of 2023 America, what can you actually buy for $149? You can't start a lemonade stand for that. And he's like, worst case scenario, I'll just go on a vacation. Now you come back tomorrow. You're on Andy's team. I need you to hear this. Doesn't matter to us. You want help? You want to get this thing going? We're here no matter when you want to start. We're going to be here to help you, period. Why I'm sharing this with you is because it matters to you. Remember leverage that I was talking about? Well, in this situation, instead of you making that $149 decision immediately and Andy being on your team and you leveraging his efforts, now he's leveraging yours. And he's getting paid off of what you do instead of the other way around. When I share this with my friends, I just say this: if you didn't like it, don't do it. It's not for everybody. It's cool. I appreciate everybody taking a look at it. But if you liked it, even a tiny little bit, any piece of it, don't hesitate on a $149 decision, because that little hesitation can cost you tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars down the road. Okay, so $149 to get started. Most people, that's what they get started with. Okay, now we understand there's other people out there. I know times are weird. Maybe for you, $149 is a lot of money. Get started for $149. That's what most people do it. But we know there's others on here that have an extra 300 bucks and it's no big deal. Okay, if that's you, I would encourage you today to get started with one of our preview packs. What the preview pack does is we give you your luggage for your first trip. We give you over $500 worth of our most popular products sent to you, and we give you your first getaway today. So you don't have to wait for a full 12 months to go on your getaway. You can literally get started today and test out even more of the awesome products that our parent company Secret has to offer. Either way, $149, $449, get in where you fit in. We just want you to come start living the good life with us. Come have some fun, come make some money. I'm going to throw it back to my buddy Troy. He's going to come on here and teach you how to get your business started. Remember, when you come on board with us, you're in business for yourself, not by yourself. The first step of getting taught how to make the money. I couldn't think of a better guy to come share with you. So Troy, I'm going to send it to you, buddy. Thanks for having me on.
Great job, Eric. If you'll unshare your screen for me, bud, what we're gonna do now, guys, is if you're new, brand new, whoever invited you, they'll get you started, they'll get you in the system. That's all good. I'm gonna give a quick training on how we do this, on how to get started. If you're new, how to start people, how to get it going. So I'm gonna share my screen here. Just 1 second, get that done. There we go. And we're going to do this. Okay. So We got lots of people here that can help you get started, and we got a system that we got put together that we're gonna teach you how to do this thing. Again, Eric had that presentation. By the way, if you've been around for a while, how good was that presentation? That is it's just as simple as it gets. What we want to do is make this thing simple so that anybody can do it. But got to teach you a few things of how to get this thing started. And so, I just got a thing up there that says one big team. Here's what I want to tell you. We are one big team. We'll help you. It doesn't matter who got you involved. We'll help you get this thing started. But there's one first rule, and Eric kind of mentioned it. When you get started, there's the number one rule that we all kind of live by. And that rule is, the first rule is, you got to have fun. And so I think you saw that video, that presentation where he was showing the cruise. I can just tell you, we had a ton of fun on that cruise. And I can see if you see that picture there, I know I'm delayed a little bit. If you see that picture there, that's a group on that cruise right there. We were watching the Super Bowl. We happened to be on the cruise at the time of the Super Bowl. We're having a good time, hanging out, just having a great time together. See, Eric said it. Get the people you want to be around. Get the people involved that you want to be around. So once you have that first rule down, now there's some things as far as building the business that I want to teach you real quick. This is going to be fast and simple. Just take a few notes here. The first thing is I want to teach you is when you get somebody started, and if that was you tonight, if you started tonight, here's what we want you to do. We know that you know people we don't know. So what I mean by that, there's people in this day and time, there are people out there on their hands and knees looking for something. Eric mentioned the inflation and where we're at today in society and all those things. There's people out there on their hands and knees praying for something to come their way. Well, you know those people, we don't know them. So we know ours, you know yours, but we'll help those people. And so let's start making a list of people you know. And you're like, well, I don't know very many people. Yeah, we all know lots of people. We know lots of people. If you can't get your mind to work, start down a list. Hey, who do you know that's a teacher? Who do you know that's a coach? Who do you know that's a dentist? Who do you know that? Start making the list. And then I would say, get your hot list. The people that you think, if you just said, hey, I'm involved, and they'll say, well, if you're involved, I'm involved. Let's show them first. Your best friends, your family, all those. Let's go show them the idea. I think you saw that was very simple what we did today. So let's go make a list. Let's go start to tell people. Then once we get them, when you get somebody involved, we got to teach them how to do an invite. Let me tell you what the best invite is. Hey, where are you at? I'm coming over. See, I'm going to teach you something about the invite process that it's just a psychological deal. Most people, when they invite their friends or their family or whoever to take a look at what we got, the information, instead of inviting, they start presenting. Instead of inviting, they start presenting. Hey, Bob, I got this thing. I got you a ticket. They told me not to tell you exactly how it all works, but hey, it's travel, and we got these products, and unbelievable products, and they've done billions of dollars over the last 20 years with these products. And if you get involved, we can tell some people to make money. See, what you're doing is you're giving away the end of the movie without letting somebody watch the movie. See, if I told you I saw this great movie last night, and you got to go see it, but I told you the ending, I ruined it. I run the movie for you. And yeah, you kind of know what the movie's about, but you don't really know what it's about because you haven't seen it. That's how this business is. We got to let people see the movie. See, if you were here tonight for the first time and you saw Eric do a 30-minute presentation just now, you got to see more than if somebody said, hey, we got this travel thing, we got some products, and you saw a lot more tonight. So first one, make a list. Second one, teach them how to invite. We'll teach the concept. And the third one is, let's do an event for them. Let's launch their business. Let's launch their business. And that means we can do it one-on-one, two-on-one, travel party, secret social. How we'll do it. We'll teach you how to do it. That's what we do. We'll teach you how to do it. Let's get their launch event on the book. Yeah. Right now in Wichita, Kansas, my friends Pat and Jen are there. And they did a new launch this week. When they launched that business, somebody went silver this week. Okay, they launched it, went silver. How cool is that? You want to know the secret though? They got the belief, they got the trust, they got around the campfire, and those people that launched their business, they believed when they started inviting people, and all of a sudden, the people they knew got excited too. And so I would just tell you to be around the campfire as much as possible, because here's what the real formula is. All that stuff, those three things I showed you, it's great, but if you don't do it with urgency, and consistency and given enough time, you won't have the success you're looking for. See, Eric mentioned this too. There's people that have made a little money here. There's people who made a fortune here. See, and it doesn't matter. There's not a certain type of person. What we found out, it's the person that gets the belief, the transfer of belief, and they go to work and they just are a student and they're willing to learn, because we can teach anybody this thing. It's not complicated, but you got to do the effort. And so I want to show you, I'll give you some bonus training here. This is Eric's real famous for bonus training, so I want to give you some bonus training. So Eric showed at the end an application, a form, and you know, I kind of started working on that form, and it kind of looks something like this. Let me see if I can get it up here. Oh, I want to show you this first. The bonus training is this. We got different ways to show the presentation. So Eric showed it a certain way tonight, okay? But we got other ways to show it. We got one-on-ones where you can go to lunch with your buddy or go over to their house and just show them on a piece of paper or push a video, whatever. So we got one-on-ones, we got two-on-ones. That means somebody's helping you. You got a friend, you don't know how to do it yet, so you ask your friend, hey, can you help me go show my buddy? That's called a two-on-one. We have these things we call secret socials or travel parties. That means we get a bunch of people in a house or in a restaurant and we show people all together. We have big shot meetings where somebody like Eric will fly in or somebody else will come in and do a meeting for you once you get things kind of rolling. Those are called big shot meetings. Why we call them big shot? Because the person's from out of town, okay? Then we have a video that you can push play on a video. Well, I don't know how to do what Eric did. Push play on a video. We got that too. We'll teach you how to push play the right way. Okay, there's a right and a wrong way. We have Zooms. We did a Zoom tonight, right? And if you look at tonight, what we did a combination of two different kinds. We did the big shot meeting, because Eric, he's the big shot, right? He is a big shot. But he did it on a Zoom. So we combined those two. But here's the bonus training. The bonus training is, I want to teach you how I've built a fortune off one-on-ones and two-on-ones. And teaching my team to do the same thing we did. Now I use all of these. Every single one of these I use. But if I had to tell you what my bread and butter was, it's one-on-ones and two-on-ones. And you're like, wait a minute, can you really go fast? Because it looks like to me, if you get bigger numbers in, you get bigger volume, and you make more money. That's true. Well, doing one-on-ones and two-on-ones, you can put masses of people in because things start duplicating. See, what you want is making it so simple that somebody in another town and another place can do it while you're not there. And so one-on-ones and two-on-ones. So I'm going to share my this part of the screen. Just let me do this real quick. I'm going to share this piece of paper here, and I want to show you how I do a one-on-one and two-on-one. If I can get that up real quick. Sorry, it's just a little slow. Sorry about that. Should be coming up here any second, hopefully. And so I want to show, can anybody see that? If you can see it, because mine's being slow. Can you see my paper on the screen yet? Somebody put it in the not yet. Okay, I don't know why it's taking so long. Let me see here. Sorry. Earlier it was working real easy. Let's give it just a second, see if it'll come up. You see it? Somebody said they see it. Can you see my hand? See my hand moving? Not yet. Somebody's saying not yet. Sorry, guys. Let's turn off the slides. That's a good stop. Thanks, guys. Somebody, I'm not the bright. You don't have to be real bright either to do this. You don't have to be real bright. Okay, now you can see it. Sorry, guys. Glad. Who said that? Turn off. Max. Thanks, Max. If it wasn't for you, Max, I wouldn't get anything done. Okay, so here's that paper that Eric was talking about. And so I want to talk about what I'm going to do, what I call a 4-minute presentation or a napkin presentation. So let me set this up, what it looks like. I'm going in to talk to my buddy, somebody else's friend. We're going into a restaurant. We're going into their house. And I don't take a computer. I don't take any literature. A lot of times I only take a pen. I'll fold this piece of paper up. This one right here. And by the way, you can get this on the Chillin' Worldwide app or chillinworldwide.com. You can download it and print them out on the .com. Chillin', no G on the end, chillinworldwide.com. And you can print these out. They look just like this. Now, I'm going to scribble on this a little bit and show you how I do this. And so if I sit down with somebody, I'll have a little small talk, just talk about, hey, good to meet you, whatever. If it's a friend, hey, good to see you again. And I'll start out like, I don't know if you know what we're doing, and again, if it's a friend, I'll say, hey, you know what I've been doing for the last few years, and you know we've had some success, and you know we've had a lot of fun. You see this travel world. Let me show. I want to show you how we've been doing that, and this paper is going to explain it. And I'm say, you know, if you didn't know before, I had an anesthesia practice. That's what I did for a living. And in that anesthesia practice, I made a lot of money, but just like Eric explained, I was one of those guys that was linear in income, meaning if I didn't give my time, I didn't get money. And so I wanted to get that leveraged income. So I got involved in this company and started building this business part-time on the side at first. And it turned into a full-time income in about 18 months. And I walked away from anesthesia and raised my wife and I, we adopted a child and raised him full-time. That's kind of my story. Well, the way we did that is this first part right here. That's the business. If you look at that $49, it says become an agent. That's the business. And so we set up that business for $49. That's almost laughable. I mean, see, that $49 per year, that's every year. I have to pay that $49 one time every year. And they set up this whole business, this back office thing, and I can run my business from a phone, on my computer, and I can be anywhere in the world to run. As long as I have service, I can run my business from there. That business has created millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. And the cost of the business was $49. Now, I want you to think about another conventional business, owning a restaurant or owning a barber shop or owning an anesthesia practice. Was it more than $49? Yeah. Well, the $49 replaces. So here's your business part for $49. And then what we wanted you to do, as Eric said, we want you to become a ClubSEAcret member for $50. Now you're going to get all the benefits of ClubSEAcret. You saw the travel benefit. Also on the products that we sell, you get them at wholesale instead of retail. So when he talked about the energy, there's another product called Recovery that I love, that you get all the products at wholesale instead of retail when you're a ClubSEAcret member. That's $50, right? So we want you to become that as well. So you're getting this one and that one. And then we just want you, like Eric said, we want you to pick a product that you like, put it on a subscribe and save, like the energy. Here's why. We don't want you to miss a month of that subscribe and save, whatever it is, and you can change it you don't have to keep the same one all 12 months, but we want you on that subscribe and save, because if you do that 12 months in a row, at the end of the year, we're going to give you a trip on us, and we call it, that's an anniversary or a thank you trip. You're going to get it every year. You saw that one, that cruise that was $1,800, and we got it for $0. Okay, so we're going to give you that trip. But here's the thing. If you miss one of those, you don't get the trip. So we want you to get you a subscribe and save. So that comes out to $140, and that gets you all in. Now, here's where I kind of tell my friends, listen, I don't care where you get in. I just want you in. You get in where you fit in. But here's what I will tell my friends, because they're like, well, I want to do that trip. I haven't been on a trip forever. Well, here's the thing. I tell my friends this all the time. Listen, see these packs down here? That pack, and there's 3 different packs. There's the preview, there's the Power, and the Pro. Again, I don't care which one you pick, but when you pick one of those, you'll get the anniversary trip. We'll also give you another trip. So we'll give you a trip now and a trip on your anniversary. You see that? See the difference? We can get you on a trip quicker, and we pay for it. So if you come in at $400, what are you getting for $400? You get the same membership. You get more products, and you get to pick what kind of products you want. We'll help you pick them out. And if you get to $700, it's more products, even more. If you get to $2,000, that's almost everything we have. Okay, at the $2,000. But here's the cool thing: at the $400 pack and the $700 pack, we add another trip. See that? But at the $2,000 trip, we add 3 trips. So you're getting 3 trips added plus your anniversary date. You see? So I just go back to, hey, my friend Bob. Hey, Bob, so do you want to stay right here at 150, 149, which is fine with me, or do you want a trip now? By the way, Bob, we got a trip coming up here pretty quick. A bunch of my friends are going. Here's what it looks like. You want to go? Yeah, I want to go. Okay, let's get to one of these packs. That's it. And see, when I go in, when I start in, I just have this kind of folded over right here. You see that? I just fold it right there so that they're just looking at that. And then he says, yeah, I want to get started. In fact, I want one of these packs. Which one? I don't care. What do you want to do, Bob? I want it at 150. Okay. What do you want to call your, and I know I've got this all messed up. Let me show you this. And by the way, that's really what it looks like when I'm doing the presentation. Okay. Bob, what do you want your website to be called? Whose name do you want it under? Yours or your wife, Jane's? Which one? And I start filling in the assumptive close. See, because it's not much money. See, if Bob and I, and we're buddies, if Bob and I, I'm gonna go to my screen again. Sorry. If Bob and I went out and had dinner, Bob would try to buy my dinner. If we went and had drinks, he'd spend more than $150 on them. The problem is he doesn't know how this works. And so sometimes I have to help nudge Bob just a little bit by saying, with the assumptive close, what do you want to be? What do you want your website to be called? You want it under Jane's name or your name? And I just start filling out that information at the bottom of the app. Again, where do you get that form that I just showed you? Go to chillinworldwide.com or the Chillin' Worldwide app. It's all free. There's no charge. Okay. Go to that. So that is bonus training. So just a review and then we're done. When I get somebody started, I got to make a list. Okay, I got to teach them an invite and I got to get a launch party for them. I got to help them get their business started. There's all these different ways to show. Eric showed you a way and I just showed you a way tonight. I love this right here. I love this. By the way, every meeting I have, if I'm doing a secret social, if I'm doing a restaurant meeting, if I'm doing a hotel meeting, I'm going to ask you guys, if you want your closing rates to go up, have these with you all the time. Start printing these out, start getting them with you. And when you get at the end of the presentation, walk up. I know you can go on your phone and fill it out. I know that. This is just something for them to hold and look at. Okay. This gives them something to look at while you're talking. Gives them something where to put their eyes so they're not as nervous. They're not feeling. Just start using these and start having them with you all the time so that you can start doing the one-on-ones, two-on-ones, and closing more people. So, guys, that's it.